With Christmas and the new year just around the corner, losing your job is the last thing you want to be thinking about. But for a group of CWU members in Barrow-In-Furness, this is a reality. BT is set to close their directory inquiry call centre at the end of January with the loss of up to 52 jobs. After announcing the closure back in August, CWU has been in talks with BT about the closure and what opportunities there are in finding reasonable alternative work. Sally Bridge, CWU Assistant Secretary, brings us up to date with the current situation.
What we want BT to do is really to say, you know, you're a big global company and you can find this work and you can bring it to Barrow. This is about protecting the jobs in the community. We don't want the jobs to go elsewhere. We want them to stay right here. Barrow is a special place. It needs a special solution, and that's why we are protesting today.
CWU Telecom's executive member Dave Dukes and the employees at the centre of these job losses express their anger at BT's decision and explain what it will mean for the local community.
If BT pull out of Barrow, there's nowhere for these people to go. So what we're trying to do is influence BT to bring work to Barrow. And one of the arguments that we've used is that BT can take work abroad, they can bring it to Barrow.
The reason why they're closing us is because they would have to upgrade the cabling to this centre. To put it in simple terms, they would have to put optic fibre cabling through the county and particularly into this centre, and they're not prepared to invest in Barrow. They feel that our county will not justify the investment.
We've always been one of the top performing, the cheapest to run, the easiest to recruit.
They say it's because of the technology and they can't afford to spend the money to upgrade us. But we, as a call centre, I'm sure have brought in enough money over the past few years to keep them, to pay for ourselves. We've proven to them as many times that we can do the job. Anything they've given us to do, we've done. And it's a shame that BT just don't seem to have loyalty to their workers.
Everybody should gather around and show their support, send a message to BT and the local community that, you know, there's a social responsibility and we should keep in jobs in places like Barrow.
I would say to BT, consider the moral responsibility. When you put 50 more families out of work in a deprived area like this, it's like throwing a pebble in a pool. Other relatives of each family, who to some degree will rely upon the working member, will suffer because of this.
BT are coming at them and giving them jobs ad hoc. What we'd prefer to see is an on-site solution, and that means that BT would have brought the technology here. There's jobs within BT Group we know that they could have brought here, and it would have meant keeping this workforce together and employing everybody here in Barrow.
There's no other work to go to, it's just literally nothing else to do. And we're a pretty close-knit bunch here and we're good at what we do, so give us something else to do and we'll prove to you how good we are.
During the rally, held outside the call centre, local MP John Woodcock showed his solidarity for the campaign.
These jobs here in Barrow from BT are really valued in the local economy, and let's be very clear, BT have been very well served by the Barrow workforce for many decades, and it would not be right if they pull the plug on their Barrow operation now. So they really need to think and come up with more options for the staff here.
CWU is urging BT to rethink its decision and to consider its responsibility towards its employees and the local community, especially at this time of year.